Hello everybody, welcome to the Halo Forge Epidemic. This is Psychoduck here with some used silverware, Meet Your Maker Noteworthy Map Spotlight. So as many of you know, we've done this Meet Your Maker contest. We had tons of great maps submitted. The winners are all great. They're on the screen right here if you missed those. They're all really solid maps, but there were tons of other great maps submitted as well. And we wanted to spotlight some of the other maps that didn't quite make the cut because there's still some really great maps. So in the video here, I'm going to be walking through some of those. So the first one is CITRO by Minister MUFFIN, and this map was really fun, really unique, larger 4v4 map. It's inversely symmetrical. It has ghosts on it, and I really enjoyed this map personally. A lot of the judges did. But there were a few problems with these positions being a bit too dominating, and the gameplay just, kind of being stuck in two areas throughout the map. And there were a few other issues, but I've given feedback to Muffin already. And of course, if you've had a map in the competition, ask the judges for feedback, and we'll do our best to get it to you. And you can expect to see a lot of these maps on the channel in the future. But yeah, I really love this map. It's just these positions up here were just too powerful. There weren't enough ways up, and gameplay just kind of gravitated towards these areas a bit too much, which was unfortunate. But I guess that's how it goes. But this was still a really fun map nonetheless, and Muffin is working as we speak on making improvements. So that's really great. And the next map is Conjuncture by VINCENT TORRE. This map didn't have any serious design flaws, but it was a little too big for 4v4 Infinity Slayer, so we were actually running out of time with the standard time limit before we'd actually hit the kill limit. So gameplay was pretty slow with 4v4 Slayer. Now with Objective it's a lot better because there's actually more direction for players. But obviously we were just judging for 4v4 Slayer, so we had to toss the map out, unfortunately. Another issue we had with the map was that it's very segregated into these rooms, which makes for great spawning, but it got a little stale because there was never a fight between two rooms. It was kind of, you could fight in room A or you could fight in room B or room C, but you couldn't fight between room A and room B. So it was not quite as dynamic as it could have been, but still a very solid map nonetheless. Again, one which you may see on the channel in the future. Alright, so the next map is CRUCIFIX by WRAITH2098 or 79, I forget what number it is. This map was another really great one. It made it really far. It's a symmetrical sort of arena style map. Has some nice, interesting verticality, although at the same time it does have a little bit of what we call a chessboardy or a chessboard sort of feel, where it's a lot of 90-degree angles, which kind of limits a map's potential at times. You see this notably with Solace in matchmaking. And the map was also a bit center heavy, and we had some concerns about the map being breakable with jetpack. But overall, it's still a very solid map, just like all of these are. And it's one we definitely enjoyed playing. It got quite far in the contest, but didn't quite make it to the final three. So, congrats to Wraith, though. This is still a very solid map and a very fun one. So the next map is Detriment by Hushed Behemoth. And this is another inversely symmetrical map. It's a lot of fun, has a lot of nice verticality, and some nice weapon placement, etc. However, some of these ramps, like the one I'm flying up right now, were a little too long and steep. We wished that something could be done with that, but the ultimate reason why we had to discard this map was frame rate issues. From two locations on the map, there were some pretty serious frame rate issues, and they weren't game breaking, but the winning maps had no frame rate issues to speak of, anything serious at least. So we couldn't really let that in there, unfortunately. But we still really enjoyed this map a lot. it also made it very far. And you know, like I said, the verticality is great. The weapon placement's great. The design's really solid in general. It's just you know, some of these ramps were a bit steep. So Enigma by STOPPEACH7529 was another map that made it quite far. This one's asymmetrical. It's a really beautiful map. You know, looks really great. It has some nice verticality. However, there were a few issues with this one as well. Namely a death pit that wasn't really visually labeled well, I suppose. You know, it was kind of easy to just fall in there. First couple times you played the map and not know what was going on. There was also kind of a hard kill zone above the map, which wasn't very forgiving. And we wished that there could have been a bit more, you know, verticality between the upper level. So there's kind of the lower level and then there's the upper level, but throughout the upper level it's kind of flat. So we wish that some of these positions could be moved upwards and downwards a little bit, which would actually make for some really interesting battles, some really interesting lines of sight, and yeah, all that. But this was, again, another really fun map, really fresh, kind of unique design too, with asymmetricality, so that was something we appreciated. And it's just got a great aesthetic too. So the last map was ICARUS by Canadian Echo, and this map was also asymmetrical. It has a ghost on it, which is something I appreciate. And it's got some interesting, you know, verticality as well. There's several bridges and such between this upper level, and yeah, the upper level is pretty interesting. However, the map did end up being a bit too top heavy, and there was one position right in the center of the map which had a railgun in it, and this position was so powerful that our team was able to pretty much sit up there the whole game and hold it. So that kind of broke it for us, unfortunately, but we did really like this map. I especially love the ghost on here. But anyways, these are all great maps, and I know that several of the authors are working on improving their maps right now. So hopefully you guys will see some of these on the channel in the future. Thanks to everyone who participated in this contest, and congratulations to all the winners and all the noteworthy map holders. So thanks for watching, guys. This has been CyCRO with the Halo Forge Epidemic, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye bye.